Hello, my friends, and welcome back. What did I tell you a few videos back? And it happened today. I told you about President of Turkey, Erdogan. They started calling him, in the last video I posted, in that article, they called Erdogan and his administration in Turkey something like being, defending violence against protesters and so on. And I said, this is the first step of giving bad coverage to Erdogan and Turkey. Why? Because that's the way they do. They first, if you don't do what the club wants you to do, they start calling you names, but mildly. It's like a sign, first say, hey, a flinch. And then the next one is going to just, the third one is going to hit you on your shoulder, hey, man. And then it's going to say, hey, are you looking like that? And it escalates. Hey, what are you looking at? Things like this, like aggressivity is going to grow if you don't give a sturdy response at the first sign of violence that these guys are going to have passive aggressivity or direct aggressivity. So they started portraying, started with a Turkey that doesn't really respect some rights, and that was the mild. And I said, they're going to escalate it. And why will the mass media escalate it? Is because it's a sign given to the person or administration that other things are about to come that will escalate. And then you have to get the hint, or you either dig your heels into the ground and say, I'm not going to go anywhere, and you slap them back, or if you step back, they're going to come back with something bigger. So the problem here is with NATO, Finland, Sweden, and Turkey. All this dance, it's a quartet right here. It's four of them in the same dance. NATO wants these two countries, Sweden and Finland, to be members because it's very good for them strategically. They were neutral for so long, and this is the moment when they grab them, the Swedes and the Finns, and say, you come in. So this is a good moment for NATO to show unity and the same terminology and terms used. Isolate Russia, we are united, we are the forces of good, he must be the force of bad, because of democracy. Democracy in this case is if you have 10 people saying one thing and one person saying a different thing, by default the 10 people must be right because they're 10. Well, that's not true, and I'm going to give you two examples. First, we know that unfortunately on this planet there's more stupid people than smart people. So that's therefore the democratic system where you have 10 on one side saying one thing and one saying another thing is the first argument against the democratic holders of the truth. The second one is the example that I always give. It is the example of the Galileo Galilei. If you remember this guy in the medieval times, he said he challenged the Bible and the church by saying that actually it's the Earth that revolves around the sun and not the universe revolving around the Earth, as it was believed by at that time. And the Bible said that that's how the way it is. So it couldn't be the other way around. So he was tried for that by the Catholic Church, and he narrowly escaped, I think, to be burned on the stake. But there were some other guys like Giordano Bruno who did the same thing, and he was toast. So again, a guy who was right against the entire Christian, not entire, 99.9% of the entire Christian world believed otherwise. So those are two examples that you can always use when you have, oh, but we're 10 people saying the same thing, you must be wrong. You have two arguments. All right. Now we have here the idea that Turkey is a mole, that is Putin's ally in dealing with Finland. I said this about 3 days or 4 days ago when, remember, the Finland's president or prime minister, what's his name? The leader is better to put like this. He called Putin and he spoke with Putin, and He said, I was surprised that Putin did not get angry about us asking to be members of NATO. He was very calm about it. And I was thinking, why was Putin so calm about it? And I was thinking, oh, maybe because he's got the secret weapon, Erdogan, who will block their membership. That's what this article that I have right here claims. But they call other things too. So this is an article from the Fox News by Benjamin Weinthal. So Wiesenthal, Weinthal, Benjamin, we know it. May 20th, 2022. And this is the question, the title. Is Turkey Russia's secret weapon inside NATO? You know, this is like I say, let's say you want to call John stupid. So you don't say, hey, John is stupid. Is John stupid? You're halfway there. So the same here. Is Turkey Russia's secret weapon inside NATO? So it's not oh, I just asked. It's just a question. It's not a question. It's almost like he is. It's just like let's find the evidence right here. And then it says this is the introduction. The first sentence. The authoritarian Islamist leader of the Republic of Turkey. This is how this starts the first paragraph of this article. In the other article, they called this is the next step. The next step, Erdogan is going to be called strongman, dictator, maybe madman, crazy, Putin's buddy, which is already called in this article, and so on. Why? Because Turkey dared to have its own interests and its own safety and own problems and concerns with those two countries, this is the process. So it shouldn't be a surprise. This is the process of applying for NATO membership. You have to have good relations with all members of NATO, which in this case there's a little problem with Turkey. They have to solve the problem before they do this. So now they will, as I said in the other article video, they will bend somehow the rules to get them in. The same with the European Union, asking Ukraine that could not fulfill the requirements. Moldova could not fulfill the requirements, and it seems like North Macedonia who doesn't fill the requirements. But they want, and now they talk about Serbia, fast track, speedy process. And this means cutting the line. But what they're doing actually, they put a stamp on these countries for Russia and the other club to know this is our protectorate. They are under our protection. They belong to us. The living space, Lebensraum, the Second World War Germans were talking about that. And that guy with that, he said about Lebensraum and we need, living space. There you have it in 21st century. And we have something else here. They're going to say that, Erdogan, played the U.S. with buying the S-400s from the Russians, but they don't mention that actually the Americans refused to provide Erdogan F-16s. So then he said, okay, you don't give me, the Russians will give me. So he was pushed to go over there. Well, you can say blackmail. That's negotiation, I guess, right? And that's what they use here. Then they didn't even use the gas, the pipe, the gas pipeline that goes from through Turkey and through the Black Sea. They don't mention that here, but that could be another one. But this is not very, And then the other argument they say here, probably you heard about the open door policy of NATO. And I don't know if you're familiar with that, but when they say it, it's like open door policy means everybody is coming in. But it's not that. Everybody's allowed to apply. But there's a process, and if you don't meet the requirements, you don't come in. And one of the requirements is all NATO member states have to agree with your membership. In this case, Turkey has a problem with Finland and Sweden. So the open door policy is laid out in Article 10 of NATO and states that any European nation that is in a position to further the principles of the treaty and to contribute to the security of the North Atlantic area can seek That means you're looking for it. Seek membership. So you could try to get to be membership. Now the problem is Turkey's position, and over there it was a call. Let me read you that, actually. That's even better. That's a call from this gentleman that says that a guy. So this guy is called Daniel Pipes, the president of the Middle East Forum in Philadelphia. You know what I mean? Said recently, I don't think Turkey belongs in NATO. He just decided, because, you know, that's the way it goes. I don't think so. He can have an opinion. That's correct. I've been saying this for a decade, this guy. It's time to expel Turkey from NATO. Let it go to Russia. Let it go to China. Good riddance. Good riddance, Pipes declared. Yes, okay, Pipes, you're dumb as others. If Turkey goes to Russia, can you imagine the geopolitical and strategic loss of NATO? Can you, Pipes? No, he can't. He can't. He has his latte, you know, his little, how do you call it, soybean latte. He drinks that very nicely in a very nice, cozy, chic restaurant, and that's it. Let them go. Narrow-minded guy, and he's the president and director of the Middle East Studies. There you have it. He doesn't know anything, but he uses pathos, and his ideology lets him reason. He doesn't say, oh, wait a second. If we lose Turkey, what's going to happen if we keep Turkey? How can we appease Turkey? What can we do? Is that possible to give them what they want from Finland and Sweden? Yes, it is. Should we do that? Will they get upset? Which is more important? They're both important. But these guys, if you lose them, we're done. Turkey is so important. Its strategic position is very important. The problem is Erdogan. And Erdogan probably will be made to disappear one day. And they will, and there will be other people who are going to say, oh, we're okay with everything. Yeah, Finland, yeah, whoever, wherever, give me the cash and we're good. Yeah, there you go. Now, Erdogan is a bad dude. I'm waiting for the next step, okay? And I'm going to let you know, because I like Erdogan and I will pay attention. And I will let you know. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. See ya.